Just Killing Time is brought to you by Anderson Rifles. Anderson Rifles presents
Grab your gear and come on with us, heading out from dawn to dusk. Get 'em in your sights and let it fly. Amped up to close the deal and a pocket full of tags fulfilling. One thing I could say keeps me alive, just killing time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Just Killing Time TV. And this week, luckily, we're doing more than just killing time. We're heading down to Kentucky to meet our old friend Sam and his family. They invited us down for a whitetail hunt in a part of Kentucky we've never got to hunt before, and I am stoked about hunting this property, folks.
You and me both, man. I can tell you what, Sam and his family, they manage this property. They probably have 1,000 acres they can hunt. And when you only get one buck tag in Kentucky, you're not going to shoot just any 130 or 140 inch deer when you're looking at 170s, 180s on your camera.
And they said, hey, we got some 4x4s, some 8-pointers that are in the 130 to 140 class, and we don't want to shoot, but we need to get them out of the herd because they're mature deer. Y'all want to come down and help? And I'm like, ching, put me in, coach. I'm right here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, hey, my first evening out there with Sam, he puts me in a ladder stand that he said he's got a buck coming in here. He's seen it, several daylight pictures, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, early evening like that.
Honey hole.
Honey hole.
Oh, honey hole buck here.
So he sticks me down here in a ladder stand on my first evening. And, hey, I wasn't there long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And lo and behold, what happened? Here come a pretty 8-pointer out. And I was assuming that was one Sam was talking about. And don't ask me how I did it, because it was a chip shot, 100 yards, 110 yards. And I shot over, it looked like I shot over that deer a foot. No, it wasn't that.
It wasn't Anderson's fault.
Oh, it wasn't Anderson's fault.
Did
I don't
his
know.
job.
It was one limb between me
and
that.
Here we go. The one
There was
proverbial
one limb
folks. Yeah.
between me and that deer, and I don't know if I hit that limb.
What do you tell me? Sometimes you just miss.
Yeah, well, I know, but I just don't know. I even got back down on the gun later just to see if it's any way I could have hit that limb. But hey, it happens. It's part of hunting.
It's probably the closest I've shot at a deer in several years, and I don't know what happened. We'll get down here and see if we can find any blood, but just the way he acted, I thought I seen something fly over his back. I don't know what happened. Thought I had a pretty good rest. Sucks. Hope I'm wrong, but I think I shot over him.
When we got back in that night to where we were staying, he pulled out this laundry list. It's about that long of excuses he had for missing that deer.
You're full of crap. Hey, anyway, that was my first day, and hey, it happens, but I'm going back and getting back up on that horse and climbing in the saddle for day 2.
You got to be asking yourself, what am I looking at? What is this mess? One of the largest rifle distributors in the country pitted the Anderson rifle against one of the top leading brands in a shootout. The leading gun was prepped thoroughly, cleaned and lubricated to perfection. The Anderson rifle was cleaned, but stripped of all lubrication. It was fired completely dry. This is only possible because the Anderson was treated with RF-85, the permanent treatment that reduces friction 85%. The rifles were fired as fast as humanly possible. In less than an hour, the leading brand rifle failed at 900 rounds. An hour went by. Then 2. Then 3. The Anderson kept firing. After 4 hours, the red-hot gun cooked rounds off. No trigger was needed. Finally, the grip caught on fire. After 4,238 rounds and still firing, with the gun on fire, they called it quits. They couldn't get the Anderson to fail. This is that rifle. Look at these close-ups. This Anderson rifle shows absolutely no wear. Can your rifle do this? It can if it's an Anderson. RF85 makes it run with 85% less friction, 23% faster action, never needs oiling, and cleans up with soap and water. The Anderson Rifle, the world's only no-lube rifle.
Tell us about your second day. Anyway.
You know,
What
well,
happened?
the first day we saw, I saw some little bucks and some does sitting in his cut cornfield, and then it's got some sod.
And he's in a blind.
I'm
You
in
know,
a
I get
blind.
the ladder stand. He gets
I'm
the
in a
freaking blind.
You know, the second day it was cold. I was in a heater bodysuit. It was cold that morning. I saw some deer. Didn't see a hole. Nothing big. And they had told us, Sam and his family told us, now listen, one of these 8-pointers running around has got we haven't seen him in a while, but he's got a second main beam on one side.
Yeah, and they wasn't going to shoot it. They was wanting one of the kids, one of the grandkids maybe to shoot it.
So, I'm sitting there the second
Wait a
evening.
minute. You're talking a mid-140s deer they did not want to shoot.
And they told us about this main beam buck, but they said, we haven't seen him in a month and a half. Like, okay. So I'm sitting on this cornfield. Deer all around me, does, coming out, and it's getting later, it's getting into prime time. I look over, and of course the blind I'm sitting in's got spacers between the windows, and I look over, lean back, throw the binoculars up, and go, oh.
And he was
There he
looking
stood.
right at you.
There he stood. And I had a doe walking right in, almost dead in front of the bow range of the blind, and he was locked up because I was trying to move, and the chair was squeaking a little bit, and I got out, slid out of the heater bodysuit, and I was trying to had to move the camera because I was self-filming. We do a lot of that. We were self-filming before self-filming was a popular thing. We've been doing it since we started. So I'm trying to get the camera moved, get the gun up, and try to move. And they had wheels on the chair, but they weren't moving good. And they had a doe right in front of me. I'm like, oh Lord, just please let me get in position and get the deer on camera and get the gun out the window so I can take this deer. Because I knew it was that double main beam buck. And it seemed like it took forever. In reality, it probably took 20 seconds.
Me and the Anderson are rocked, cocked, and ready to rock and roll. Looking for a mature buck. What a beautiful deer. I am so tickled, a double main beam. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Oh, double main beam down, baby. Oh, me and the Anderson AM10 did it. There's some little bucks out here, and I just hit that woodwise grunt call. And looked up, here he come.
Boy, I put the Anderson right here between the brisket and the front shoulder. Touch that Timney trigger, son, and let that Wilson, that 168 Barnes bullet, and boom, just like that. Stone cold graveyard dead, as Jerry Clyers would say.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I was so elated. I'm surprised Buck didn't hear me holler, but apparently he didn't, because I did. I said, thank you, Lord.
Look at that. 2 days, we should have had 2 bucks on the ground.
Two
bucks.
good bucks. Buck came in the truck, as you can see. Deer's right out here. Should be an easy loading job. He dropped where he stood. We're gonna go out here and get him. Y'all come on, take a look at him. Can't wait to see. Double main beam, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what a stud of a Kentucky deer. Character. What a beautiful Kentucky whitetail. Look at that rascal. Look at that buck. Wow. Character. Look at that. Look at him. Double main beam. Folks, I have never had the opportunity to take one here in Cadiz, Kentucky with some of our friends. Made it happen this year. Me and the Anderson got it done. I can tell you I am a tickled man. What a beautiful deer. Buck, thanks for coming in and helping me. Folks, it was 22 degrees this morning. I couldn't have stayed in here all day without that heater bodysuit. Oh, what a beautiful deer. Look at that. Look at that. I am as happy as a fat man in a pie shop, folks. I can tell you that. Whew. Well, all the fun's over. All the work begins, but I won't even hardly notice as excited as I am. Buck and all I've got away for texting, or not texting them. I was too excited. What a beautiful whitetail. Kentucky's been good to me. Whew. I've said it before, folks, and I'll say it again. From the hills of Cadiz, Kentucky, I am a blessed man. And I can tell you, folks, what a beautiful, beautiful Kentucky whitetail. Sam, you and your family, thank y'all so much. I am, it's a buck of a lifetime for me. A double main beam deer, you hear about it, you see about it in pictures, you see your buddies on Facebook that has a buddy that somebody killed one, but it's like a drop time buck. They're very, very rare. In fact, they're probably more rare than
I'll give you a lot of grief, but man, that's a pretty deer.
Buck
of a lifetime.
I was tickled pink. I sent text out to my other friends going, I can't believe this. And one of them sent me a text back and he said, you've earned this. You deserve this. You've earned this. You spent a lifetime chasing these things.
This Anderson rifle shot 5,000 rounds without a drop of oil.
We're gonna clean it Anderson style. I think she's clean.
Anderson rifles never need oiling and clean up with soap and water. The Anderson rifle, the world's only no-lube rifle.
Hey folks, this week on High Mountain Season, Just Grilling Time, we're going to do a little bit something different. We're going to make a dessert, but we're going to use some old beans that we had made with our buckboard bean seasoning about a week ago. And we kept those beans, and there they are. About 1.5 cups of those beans, and we're going to take those and we're going to put 2 sticks of butter in there with those, and we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. Does that look like a teaspoon? And we're going to put 3 cups of sugar. I've already got some sugar back here measured, but basically you're going to put 3 cups of sugar in here to 1.5 cups of beans and 2 sticks of butter. And then we've got 6 eggs that we're going to add to this. And you might beat your eggs up just a little bit because you don't want to beat your beans up too much, but we got 6 of those that we're going to add to this and put that in there. And then we're going to mix all of this up, and the butter works better if it's at room temperature. You want to get it all mixed up in there. Give it a good stir. Got that. We're going to put that in with the rest of our sugar and beans and everything there. Give it a little stir. And then we're going to take a pie crust, just a regular non-baked, pie crust. And we're going to take this and we're going to pour this bean mixture right into the pie crust, just like that. And then we're going to take pecans and we're going to lay those pecans on top, in however form or fashion that you want to do it will be just right. Once again, we like to be, what's the good word for it? We like to save all the leftovers and do stuff. This is a bean pie, and it's probably gonna taste just like pecan pie. And you'll never know that it's got beans in it. Used up your old beans, you always wonder what to do with your old beans. There you go, a bean pie. We're gonna stick this in the oven and we're gonna bake it 325 for about an hour. Watch the top of it. When it gets good and kind of halfway firm, you wanna pull it out and let it set for a minute, but we're gonna throw this in the oven right quick and we'll be right back. There it is. We're going to cut this up and see if it's any good. Look at there. Ooh, I almost dropped it. I'll be the first to try it because you know how that is. I want to make sure that it's good. That tastes just like pecan pie. For this recipe and many more, go to jkttv.com. I'm Kyle Nunn at Rain Creek Ranch. Hope you enjoy.
Our Anderson No Lube AR-15 is built with pride in the USA, right here in Hebron, Kentucky. Our 30,000 square foot facility has the latest in computerized manufacturing. Only Anderson rifles have RF85 that reduces friction 85%, never needs oiling, and cleans up with soap and water. Anderson quality control is second to none. The Anderson AR-15, the world's only no lube rifle.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Tally Manufacturing.
Well, congratulations, man, on a great deer. You'll probably be hard to top that one for sure.
I don't care if
Well, I'm glad you got it done, but now here I am still sitting because I blew my chance
You missed.
first day.
You had your chance.
But like I said, I climbed back up in the saddle, went back over. I'm just sticking this spot out. Sam said he knows that's good. I don't know if that one good 8-pointer come back, but hey,
That ain't what Sam told me.
I'm going back.
Sam said that's the only good buck in there, but Buck's done blew, and I ain't letting him
Well,
mess up another
anyway,
spot I got.
yeah.
That's what he said. So
Yeah,
he's going to sit there until
Hey.
he sees something or not.
Keep it down just because you done killed your buck.
I'm
Keep it
pumped
down.
up, man.
Wind's been blowing all day. But we're back in there. We're just hoping when Big 8's come back out here. Old Max killed him a stud last night. It's probably in the mid 140s. Double main beam buck. Had about a 12, 13 inch dagger. Second main beam, pretty deer, man. Anyway, we're gonna sit here. We got this evening, we got tomorrow yet. See if we can punch a tag before we head back to Virginia. Y'all hang in there with us, man. Western Kentucky.
I look up and see this buck come out, and he starts up the ridge, goes on up the ridge, and I'm not sure if he's a shooter or I'm not sure if it's a shooter that they want taken out, but anyway, after looking at him, I thought he was. He had a little kicker off one of his G2s, but he was going away from me. So I grunted at the deer, and he turned and looked back. And then when I grunted again, he started back down off the hill. And after I got a better look at him coming towards me, I said, yeah, I'm gonna take that deer. So he walked right in there, and the same spot where I missed the deer the previous 2 or 3 days earlier. And again, this deer isn't as big as the one I missed, but
He's one of the ones they want to go.
yeah. And I made a good shot. Me and Yo Anderson, we did our job that time. Again, it wasn't Anderson's fault the first time. I just blew it. But this time we dropped the hammer.
Oh, baby. Hey, I was beginning to wonder if it's going to happen out here, man. I missed a big 8-point in this same stand the first evening. My buddy said, listen, we got several big 8s over there. If he don't come back, another one might. And I believe one just showed up. 10:30, 11 o'clock, I ain't sure what time it is, but I saw a best sit so far. I saw half a dozen bucks, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 does, something like that. But like I said, 10:30, 11 o'clock, this one showed up. And man, I hit the old Woods Rise drunk call when he was going up the little hillside there. And he turned and come back down, and hey, me and Yo Anderson did the job. Redemption after that first night. I'm tickled to death. Thank y'all for sharing with me. And I'm gonna get down out of this tree and get out of this heater bodysuit and go check that bad boy out. Y'all stay tuned, man. We'll be right back.
Dropped a pretty deer. Like I said, he was a 9-point and had a kicker, and I was tickled to death. And Sam, thank you for letting us come out and do this. And again, we be glad to come back again and help y'all manage your deer herd. Sam, thank you for your family for letting us come out, and we look forward to coming back and sharing another hunt with you this year.
Well, folks, here he is, man. Yo Anderson did the job again. He's a pretty 8-pointer. He's not as big as the one I missed the first day, but I got a little redemption here this morning.
I tell you, this has even got a little kicker off the G2 and a little dagger, a little sticker point off the base on the Dirty's brow. But our buddy told us he had a couple good 8-pointers he wanted to get off his farm, and I think this is one of them. I'm tickled to death to be taking him home to Virginia with me. Me and old Max both tagged. We're off to Virginia for Thanksgiving, and then off to Kansas next week. So we just want to thank you guys for sharing with us. Just thank the good Lord for letting us be able to get out and do this and bring it to you guys. What a pretty deer.
Sam, you and your family, thank y'all so much for your hospitality and your graciousness for letting us come out. Folks, that's one of the things that I love about this, traveling all over the country. You get to meet so many great people and develop so many relationships and friendships, and that's what life is about. It's not about how much stuff you have, it's about how rich you are in the people you have and you know and have around you in your life. Thank y'all again, I loved it. Double main beam down in Kentucky with the Anderson. What else can a white boy ask for?
And folks, you don't want to miss next week. We got JKT's own Gerald Johnson. He's hunting here in our home state of Virginia, maybe a little bit in North Carolina. He's right there along the line, him and his wife.
He's everywhere.
Gerald's got Joe Anderson. He's going to drop the hammer on some pretty whitetails here at home. You guys don't want to miss it.